Hi, my name is Peter Adeyemi. Welcome back to the podcast. And today I have with me one of our biggest success stories. She just recently graduated from Unilag with a first class. Hi, Oluchi.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself more? Tell the listeners who you are and, share maybe your success story as well.
Okay. My name is Tashi Oluchukwu and I just graduated from Unilag, the Department of Zoology. And yes, I did graduate the first class. And I would say one of the things that was a big point in my success was actually using the Cubes app.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How many semesters? Because, we launched Cubes first in 2023. How many semesters did you use the app for?
Yeah, I used it, let's say, 4 semesters very well.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. Well, I think we'll dig deeper into that when we talk about what we're here for today. So today, we want to explore AI and education, just to see how students have now started using AI. So my first question to you would be, before AI and ChatGPT, I think that was December 2023 when they launched
Yeah.
ChatGPT. How were you studying? How was education in general for you?
Well, I think it was Google. Google was like the ChatGPT. So if you didn't understand anything, Google and YouTube, I personally used to use YouTube a lot. On YouTube, you would find like actual topics with like teachers teaching those topics as if it's a class.
Okay.
So I used to use Google and YouTube a lot. Oh, I have to say they were not like ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
But they still kind of did the job. Yeah.
Okay, and that was going to be my next question. When you say they were not like ChatGPT, what's the difference between what they were and what you have now?
Okay, so I'd say for Google, for example, if you have to, okay, if I type in definition of homeostasis, what I would get from Google are like maybe articles or journals from people who have written it. So I have to read through
Okay.
to extract information that I want.
Mm.
But if I type in ChatGPT, tell me about homeostasis, explain it to me like I'm a child. I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me again. ChatGPT, I said tell me again. Like it's almost like you're having a chat with someone who just understands
Yeah.
the topic. But Google, you are the one doing like the research for yourself. So Google is actually still useful. So you can't use ChatGPT for like extensive research. You still have to use like Google Scholar and all of that. But that's the difference between both of them.
Yeah, and I feel you, and this makes a lot of sense because on Google, the way Google works is that they just rank the keywords that you search.
Yeah.
So you find like thousands of people have written about those things. So it didn't seem like there was one centralized knowledge base, right?
Yeah.
Which is what the generative AI tools have now come to change for us.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So on Cubes, we do have AI integrated in the materials for the students. How did that help you, for instance?
So I think my favorite thing about the Cubes AI is that it is specific to your material. So the specific material that you have, you just click on the AI for that material. And then what the AI is telling you is like what is already in your material. So it's not like, you know how sometimes it's like hallucinates and start telling you some things that ChatGPT hallucinates.
Yeah.
And start telling you some things that are not your business. This one is just like what you're specifically doing. And then I would be like, oh, give me 10 questions. I just studied this material. Give me 10 questions. Give me 10 OBJ questions. Give me 10 theory questions. These are my answers. What's my score? It was just very interactive. Like I would read a material and be like, please, I don't understand this material. Explain it to me. And then to start explaining. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And to actually do that.
Right. And this is really important because it reminds me of when I went to school. I hate saying that when I went to school, but when I went to school, the only way to get like a personal tutor like this is to actually pay a person to teach you, that course subjects, teach you a topic. I used to have people I also taught when I was in my 200, 300 level. So people will come to me, they don't know a particular, but now AI just solves all of that.
Yeah, it
Right.
does.
Okay.
With AI, you don't have to pay somebody to teach you because it's like a friend. You can say, I don't understand what you just explained. Like you're chatting with it.
And
like,
it's not like the human being that will be like, are you dumb?
yeah, it's only like, oh, sorry if you didn't understand. Let me rephrase that. And I'm like, I still don't understand. It's like, sorry that I didn't. It's very, I'm like, yeah, I can believe
Yeah, you can bully the AI and it's also free. That's just fantastic. So if you had like a recommendation for other students who, like you, they also want to graduate with like great grades, on how to actually utilize AI very well, not just for their studying their materials, but also for research. What would be your advice?
So my advice to students would be to know when to use AI. So I think nowadays that's why lecturers or teachers feel like students are getting lazy, or they feel like they don't want their students to use AI. You can actually use AI, but like constructively, like use it well. So don't just plug in everything into AI and just like download what AI gives you into your exam or whatever. You still have to do your research. Especially if you're a science student, you definitely don't want to be using ChatGPT for your as a science student, you need to have references. And how are you going to get references if you're using ChatGPT? ChatGPT will hallucinate and tell you 1965 and there was no article or journal in 1965.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
Because I've also used it for some research in recent times. And if you turn on the web search right now, it actually gives you the correct references.
Oh, so maybe I wasn't using it correctly, but like I realized I could not. You can't put a proper. So when I was doing like research for my seminar and my project, you just, I don't know, for your literature review, for example, you just have to do the work. There's no shortcuts, right? Because you need to put exactly what the person said, because you're going to quote the person.
Yeah.
So you have to use exactly what the person said.
Right.
Now, ChatGPT might be right, but how do you know? You have to confirm.
Right.
So use like Google Scholar. But when you use AIs for like basic understanding, for like summaries, you like in the Cubes app, you can put in your material, for example, you can just say, give me a summary. You don't want to read like the whole 70-page material. It's just give you a summary of that thing. So that's like where AI is really, really good. But like for everything, that's not when the problem. But so I would say knowing when to use AI and when not to use AI, when to actually do your work, look for actual sources and actually read. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I think I will end on these notes. You did mention something about the AI summarizing the materials for students.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention that there are also other things. For instance, the AI can generate practice questions for you. Look at maybe the last 5 years of past questions and help you kind of predict the possible exam questions that you might have.
That helped me a lot in one of my exams, because I got like a few questions, and when I actually wrote the exam, that was like basically what came out.
Those are the questions, right?
Those are the questions.
Those are the benefits of AI. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully we'll have you back soon.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So that's what we have for today. I have a few questions. Do you think AI is making students smarter or lazier? Secondly, do you use AI on the Cubes app? Let's know in the comment section below. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.